Hey y'all, happy Sunday and welcome to this week's live Q&A session. This is the portion of the show where we allow YouTube to send out notifications that we're going live. If you're watching this live Q&A on replay, please scrub ahead until this graphic disappears and the actual show begins. If you're watching live and you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and put them in the live chat. But for now, grab a beverage, sit back, and relax while the countdown timer does its thing. Then we'll get started. Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope things are going your way. And if you're in the warm weather, count your blessings. If you're in the wet and chilly weather, summer's coming. Hang in there, baby. Yeah, it's been a week. What can I tell you? Trying to catch up on yard work that's been sorely lacking, and I'm discovering quickly that my muscles are sorely lacking. Too much downtime. But what can I say? This is Memorial Day weekend in the U.S. Remembrance Day weekend for some other countries, not 100%. I know that. This is the weekend where we honor those who are brothers and sisters who didn't come home. It's not a day for saying thank you to vets. That's Veterans Day. This is a day for honoring those who didn't come home. And so it's a somber occasion, but I hope you're taking advantage of the decent weather and you're able to spend some time with family. So I'll get off of that right now. Today I have a few topics to discuss. Some fairly quick, he says, just while he's live, and nothing ever goes quick when you're live, but we'll see if we can work with it. A few things about fonts. I am still not up to speed, and I'm still not prepared to discuss creating fonts because that's not an endeavor I've ever taken on. I know we have a couple of people out here who are looking at creating fonts, and that's great, but I am not that guy. I am the wrong person to talk with. Now, I can talk a little bit about, in fact, I have a question from one of our very cool channel members about installing fonts, and I'll get into that in a minute. And then 8 Center had some questions about kerning and line spacing and things of that nature with fonts. And as a friend of this channel, Michael Mazalik, likes to say, there are usually 3 answers to every question, and we'll get into a couple of them. And also had some questions about the vector validator and duplicate vectors and overlaps and zero length spans, etc. And I'm going to start with that one. And this was an email, again, from a channel member who's creating a large cribbage board design for a local nursing home. Is designed for not so nimble fingers or those with failing eyesight have a board that's easier to use. So it's a larger scale cribbage board. Oops, smacked the microphone. Sorry about that for those of you wearing headphones. It says, when I was creating the board, I was messing with the holes. I attempted to copy 15 of the holes, but failed to actually move them, thus creating duplicates. While I was ultimately able to find and correct them, my question comes down to the vector validator tool. That tool will display zero-length spans, overlaps, and intersections. It does not highlight duplicate vectors. So is there a quick, easy methodology to locate duplicates without the need for an exhaustive search? The short answer is yes. Very easy. Let's jump over into the software. I'll show you what you mean. And Butch was nice enough to send me the file so we can see what he's talking about. Now, the grouping question is right in here. And he attempted to copy these and failed to move them, so now he's got duplicate vectors in it. The quick, easy answer, Butch, the way to find duplicate vectors is just anywhere. Right-click, then come up to Select. Come down to Vectors, All Duplicate. Okay, and that'll select any duplicate vectors. And you can see I've got some red ones right here. The quick and easy way to get rid of them is just once they're selected, hit delete on your keyboard. Gone. Now I'll right click again, select, vectors, all duplicate, no duplicate vectors in design. That's real quick and easy. Yes, he did, Kimberly. And don't you have a keen eye for detail? Score yourself 5 bonus points. If you know, you know. So yeah, it's just that easy, Butch. It really is. Now, further questions, I'm going to Control Z to undo that. You add, Control Z to undo that. All right. Then you had further questions about the vector validator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control A to select all of the vectors. Then I'll come up here to the vector validator tool, second row under edit objects, last icon. And I'm going to click that. Now we're going to see it's going to search for zero length spans, overlaps, and intersections. Then we'll go ahead and search selected. And we see this like crazy down here. Now we have the little plus signs. And if we look, the plus signs are intersections. There are 30 intersections. Okay? No overlaps, which is kind of funky to me because these are duplicate vectors. They're overlapped. And no zero length spans. Well, first off, a zero length span is, let me get out of this for just a second here. And I'll select this one here, and I'm going to go into node editing. And we see we have 4 points. What a zero length span is where you have another point that is either occupying the same space as one point, as another point, or so close together that you can't really delineate any difference. They're so close together, they might as well be one on top of another. Now, there are no zero length spans here, but that will throw off a tool path and make it extremely difficult to get any kind of a good carve out of it. So getting in and cleaning up zero length spans are it's very difficult to do. Let me Control A to select all of these again. Oh, I forgot to come out of node editing. There we go. Come out of node editing. I'll go back into the vector validator. If we do have any zero length spans, the only way to fix them, the easy way to fix them, is to come right down here. This is grayed out because there are no zero length spans. Come right here and click Fix Zero Length Spans. And that'll take care of that. Okay? Let's go ahead and search here. Now, it says we have no overlaps. Overlaps are where, well, let me create an overlap here. Let me close this. I'll select one of those, and I'll drag it off to the side a little bit. Okay? Now let me back out. Control A to select all. Vector validator, we'll search. Still says no overlaps, which is wrong because I do have overlapping vectors right here. That's odd. Maybe I need to go into V-carving mode. Let's check. Nope, still says no overlaps. Well, that's wrong, but what can I tell you? Now, you can go through and you can get rid of all of these. If we look here, it's given us the key. The little plus sign means an intersection, and the equal sign means an overlap, which tells me there should be an overlap there. Oh, no, that's not an overlap. That's an intersection. Okay. An overlap, let's close this. would be like so, where the vectors meet. Now let's try it. I hate trying to create problems for a video, but what the heck. Now let's search. Now I've got 2 overlaps. Okay. And the overlap is right there. There's 2 of them. And 30 intersections. Now, you could go through and you could clean all this up by hand. And sometimes that's the only way to fix it. Other times you got to ask yourself, is it really necessary to go in and fix something? Now, in this case, it is necessary. Well, I can real easily select that and delete it. Then I can come up here, select, vectors, all duplicate. It's highlighted the duplicate vectors. I can delete it. Now I can Control A, go back into the vector validator, search. I've got zeros all the way down. So we're all set. We're ready. We're good. Okay. What you also need to take into consideration is the project, the size of the project, and how important any of those overlaps are. Not all overlaps are going to be that crucial. And this is especially the case if you have traced a bitmap. If you've traced a bitmap and you're working with a relatively small design on a smaller project, are those overlaps even going to be detected? Are they even going to be seen? Let's open up an instance of a session of vcarve here. Create a new file. This is good enough. We'll go OK here. And I'm going to select some script text. Let's do Alex Brush. All right. And we're just going to go Mark. All right. And close. Now, I can tell you right now, if I go into Vector Validator and I search that, I've got 4 intersections here. Is that going to be a problem? No, it's not going to be a problem. The reason it's not going to be a problem is because these are supposed to be joined anyway. So this intersection, now right there, that looks a little clunky. I might want to move that a little bit, bring that in. But other than that, it's not really going to be a problem. Now, if I go to calculate, I've got them selected. I go to calculate a vcarve toolpath. I'm not going to use that. Let's go with a 90-degree V-bit. I'll select that one. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to make any other modifications. It's not even throwing me the warning that there is an issue. It's just letting it go. Simply because it's a text object. So I can preview that toolpath. Can you tell that there was an overlap there? I can't. Can you tell there was an overlap here? Yeah, a little bit, because that is kind of clunky right there. But other than that, it doesn't really matter is what I'm getting at. Now, something that you can do, and this is going to dovetail in with one of 8 Center's questions, is about adjusting the spacing. Let me go back into the text creation tool because I need 2 lines here. And I'm going to add my last name. I put a hard return here, Mark return, or enter rather, and then Lindsay. And we'll close that up, and now I'll center it on my material. Now, I may want to adjust the spacing here. I'm going to look around. I don't like this overlap here. The rest of this looks okay. But what we have now is a massive gap here. What I want to do is I want to move this letter K, and I want to close up the gap here. So I'll select my text, and again, starting in version 12, what I'm getting ready to show you, the kerning, was added into the text tool itself. So now if we look at my cursor off of the material here, I've just got the arrow and the letter T. But the minute I bring it over here and get in amongst the letters, my cursor changes. Now, right now we're showing the V and the A, and we see a couple of arrowheads in between. These arrowheads are pointed toward each other, meaning if I left click now, it's going to move those letters together. Now, 8 Center was asking a question about, is this proportional? Or is the amount it's going to move, is that a set amount? Or is that something you can get in and adjust? I'm going to Control Z to undo that. Let's zoom way in. Some tools are proportional, meaning the closer you zoom in, the finer the adjustment. I'm going to click over here, and no, the answer is it's not proportional. It's going to move the same amount whether you're zoomed way in or zoomed way out. So that doesn't work. Is it dependent on how big the text is? Maybe. And we can see right now my text height is 3.24, might as well say 3¼ inches tall. Let's bring that way, way, way down. And let's take that down to 1 inch tall. Close. Now let's go in here. Oops, I don't know why I closed it. It's still going to come in the same amount, proportionally speaking. So that doesn't work. If I want to tighten this up just a little bit, my only option after this is to convert this text into vectors and then adjust that way. Now, Jim Brown says, how about using the Alt key for finer adjustment or finer movement? Let's check it out, Jim. I've got them selected. Some of these modifiers work, some of them don't. Let's take a look and let's see. I'm going to hold down the Alt key. No. Hold down Shift, back out. Nope, it's the same amount. Let me hold Control Alt and see. Nope, that increases it. Control Alt increases it. Let's hold down the Control key. Oh, that was just the Control key that does that. Okay. Control Z, Control Z. So holding down the Alt key, no, does not change the amount by which it changes. So basically we're back down to the last option, which is to convert these to curves, at which time you can move it, however much you need to move it. Let me get back into the text tool here. Something you can adjust here, if we're looking between the lines, look at my cursor. Now it says line, line, and has arrows. This is where you adjust the spacing between lines. And all I'm doing is I'm left clicking. Whoops, I got it down in between 2 letters. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. All right. Is there a way to convert vectors back to fonts? No. That's the problem. There's not a way to convert vectors back to fonts. That's when you get into font creation. So you're kind of limited. Let's close this for a second here. And we're going to go into edit. We're going to go into options. And we're going to take a look in our options and see if there is a way we can adjust the amount. Let's see, we've got 3D view settings, no. Toolpath settings, no, it wouldn't be in there. General settings, recent font list. No, there's none of that there. And we have 2D toolpath tolerance, 3D toolpath tolerance, and V-carve toolpath tolerance. Those are adjustable, but that is about it. Okay. Let's go into snap options and see, do we have anything here? Display text at cursor, yes. Snap guides, snap grid. Nudge a fixed distance, no. Snapping radius, geometry snapping, smart snapping, no. There's nothing here that will allow that. Now, Alex Michaels says, if you're trying to move the font in small increments, I believe Control and Shift is what you need to do. Smaller increments. Let's try it. Because Control and Shift, okay, I've got them selected. And again, I'm going to focus on the R and the K here. Got my, okay, Control and Shift. Moves at a large amount. Control, yeah. Moves them apart. That's all that does. Nudge distance is using your cursor control keys, your cursor arrows. When you nudge at a far distance, at a standard scale using your cursor keys, it's going to nudge 1/8 of an inch. But they're also proportional in that when you zoom in, it's going to move in smaller increments. So no, nudge distance doesn't control that. This does need to be moved by, but that's just my opinion. Hold down Shift, and let's do that. There we go. Now those two aren't overlapping. That just bugged me. Okay. So there are those issues. Again, 8th center, if you convert this to curves, or convert to vectors, right click, convert to vectors, there's no way to turn it back into a font. But then again, neither VCarve nor Aspire is a font creation program. Now, undoubtedly there are font creation programs out there that are either free. I know there are some out there that are open source, or relatively inexpensive, but I don't know a thing about them. I wouldn't know a name to refer you to or anything like that. But that gets into something that I have absolutely no experience with. Now, one more thing before I get out of this portion of it here. If you do ever get into a situation where you need to break lines apart, right now, if I select this, I select all of my text, for example. With it selected, I can right click and I can go to text, break block into lines. So I can click on that and I've broken that text block into 2 separate lines. So now I can move them as I need. Let's say I want that here. I can do that. Control Z, then Control Z again, so I'm back to 1 text block. So, in some regards, yes, but you also have to remember what this software is for. It's not meant to create fonts. It's there to use fonts for V-carving, yes, but it's not a font creation tool, just like it's not a 3D model creation tool. It's meant for cutting, carving, and V-carving, surfacing, molding, creation, things of that nature. It's not meant to make fonts, but he said, excuse me, say this issue has nothing to do with font creation. I get it. I do understand. All I can say is when you have tools that you want, Kimberly is asking, can you use the scissors on the overlaps? Not on a text object. You have to convert it to vectors. Send them a feature request. Ask for that. Ask for that. Ask for a way to convert those vectors to fonts. Ask for a way to either make this proportional so that the closer you zoom in, the smaller the adjustment is, or give us something in our options so that we can adjust that. You know, you may not want to move that very far. I don't want to move this very far. I don't need to move that very far. Just to right there would be fine. But, you know, I don't have that option. So I've either got to go all or nothing here. So you ask for it. If nobody ever asks for it, they don't know that you want it. They can't anticipate our every need. So we got to let them know. And we also have to remember that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know. No, you cannot join them back together after you've split the text block into separate lines. Other than Control Z, undo. But that's just undoing it. That's not joining them back. So, let's see here. On the subject of fonts, I had another question from, let me find it. So I hope that answers your question, Butch, about the vector validator, what it does, what it's designed to do. And just basically, if you need to make adjustments, yes, you can go in and clean up all of those nodes. If you get the error message thrown up here, you know what? Let me go ahead and convert these to vectors, and let's see if I can force that error message. Convert to vectors. There we go. Now we're all just vectors. Now we're going to do a VCarve toolpath, and we'll just calculate. There we go. There's the error message. Selected vectors may contain overlaps or intersections which may lead to unexpected results. Let's go ahead and go to the vector validator and see what it says. And we're in VCarve, so we're going to go into VCarving mode. And here we see we have 16 intersections. And it's all where these combine because they're script fonts. Now, I could get in there and use the scissors and trim all that up. But do I need to? Let's find out. The only way to find out is calculate it, continue anyway, and then let's preview it. And when we zoom in, do we get a good result? Well, yeah, we get a good result. I don't see any issues here other than that where that R meets that K, but that's, kerning. I don't see any issues, so it doesn't matter. So, if it does matter, then yes, you got to get in and change it. But that's where we get, and I know my channel members are really getting sick and tired of hearing me say this, but it is the truth. We get back into node editing being an essential skill, because when you, let me control Y to redo that. I'm back into vectors. There we go. Because when you select vector validator, vcarve mode, search selection, when you're looking at this, your fix is going to be in node editing. Or, as Jim Brown says, weld. Exactly. Now, you can tap the letter, close this. With them all selected, tap the letter N, and you can get into node editing, and you can fix here. Tap the letter N, come back. Or as Kimberly was saying, we can get in here, and we can use the scissors. Control Z. Close. Or Control A. Deselect your islands. Otherwise, they will disappear. In fact, I won't do this down here, just to show you what it does. And we're going to weld. Boom. Now up here, I deselected these, the inside of the A and the R. I didn't do that down here, and they disappeared. So, Control Z. Now I'll come back, deselect all of the islands. See, yep, that looks good. And now we'll weld. And now we have one piece vectors. But again, now you can't use that as a font. And again, 3 answers. You can node edit, you can use your scissors and trim, or you can weld. And I'm sure there are other ways as well. So, now, the next question, and I apologize, I had to address that question real fast. The next one was from another channel member, Greg. Hey, Mark, quick question. I downloaded a TrueType font that has permissions to use how you want. It's in my downloads. How do I get it into my Vectric fonts? Tried a couple of things, didn't work. Thanks in advance, Greg. Okay. Here we've got a couple of things that we're going to look at. I'm going to go here to the font, which is probably the most well-known place you can go download and install fonts. And I'm just going to find a font. Let's go with a calligraphy style script font. And I like that one, Birds of Paradise. I'm just pulling these out of my hat. Okay. Here we get into something to watch for. This font is free for personal use only. Commercial licenses are available at yada, yada, yada. So if you want a commercial license for this particular font, you'll need to contact these people. I'm going to use it for personal use. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. So I'll click on download. And I will put it in my downloads folder. Save. And I'm going to show it in the folder. It's a zip file. The first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to extract this. So with it selected, I'll come up here and I'll select Extract All. I also have the choice, right-click and Extract All. So if you don't have this toolbar up here, you can extract all. Of course, that opened up over here. This is where it's going to be extracted to. I want to show that file when this is completed, and I'll click Extract. Now that opens up. This is for personal use only. Okay, we understand. We understand. We understand. Now what we have is a true type font file. The question is, how do you get this installed in Vectric? Vectric accesses your fonts folder. Let me go back here. I'm going to go to my C drive, go into Windows. This is the folder Vectric accesses. Okay? These are all the fonts I have installed on this computer. Okay, what was this called again? Birds of Paradise. So let me look up here, get into the B. Nope, I do not have Birds of Paradise installed. What I'll need to do from here, select the font file, right-click, install. And it has installed. And we'll take a look. Did it put it up here? There it is right there. Birds of Paradise. So now, when I go into... See, I've converted these. No, I didn't. Now, I can come up here. And I can change this to... went from Bernhardt to I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to restart it. That's all right, because I added it after gone in here. Let me close this, and I'll just, no, I don't want to save that. Start a new session, create new file. Okay, go into my text tool, and down here, Birds of Paradise, and let's make my text height 3 inches tall. And there we go. That's the thing. You not only have to download the font, now you have to extract it, then install it. Okay? 8 Center says, Vectric does load fonts on the fly sometimes, but it takes a few minutes to work its way in. Yeah, and in my case, I have Aspire open, and I have VCarve open, and I'm also broadcasting, and there's a bunch of stuff going on in the background. So, you know, it's just a matter of... it can take its sweet time, then again, it may not. Let's see. Butch asks, Steve, do you have all those links preset for quick access? I love how you get the link up before we barely think about it. And to which Steve replied, no, I just start looking for them right as he is talking. Steve knows me. And he surprises me sometimes how quick he is. But this is the kind of thing when I say he's right on it. This is exactly what I mean. It's an example of, yes, he said knock it off, but still. I'm telling you, man, Steve he's the guy. The man, the myth, the legend. Okay, so anyway, it's going to access your fonts folder. So in order to get it in that folder, you have to go back to, again, your downloads, extract it, then right-click and install it. And once that's done, it's also available in any program that uses the fonts folder. Any program that accesses this font is now available to use in, be it word processor or, oh heck, I don't know. I don't use Photoshop. I use Corel Paint Shop Pro. It's available there. It's available in Inkscape. It's available in whatever, any program that accesses that Windows fonts folder. So, let's see. I'm going to cruise back through here and see if there were any questions I missed. And let's see here. Yeah, okay. There was a question up here from Kimberly Went. Any experience with color core? I want to make an outdoor sign using a live edge slab as the base, 6 to 8 feet, and inlay the color core letters. Color core is a product made by King Plastics, and it's very good, very durable product. Problem is it's HDPE. And HDPE, the same stuff that plastic cutting boards are made of, most plastic cutting boards are made out of. The problem is the HDPE material itself, in that nothing will stick to it. So if you're talking about inlaying, say, color core letters, you might want to think about using something else. The only thing, well, no epoxies, heck, not even tape will stick to it. Nothing sticks to HDPE. The only thing that will work is mechanical fasteners, screws, nails, nuts, bolts. HDPE will take threads. You can thread it. You just have to be careful when you tighten it up that you don't strip the threads, because it is plastic after all. But nothing will stick to it. So forget about using any kind of an adhesive. You're basically down to screws, nails, things of that nature. Having said that, it is very durable. It handles UV fairly decent. You'll notice some signs in national parks are made out of it. And basically what it is it's HDPE plastic in 3 layers, but it's cast that way or extruded that way. You have I think probably the 2 that are most commonly seen is you have a green layer that's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Then you have a white layer that's anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. Then you have another green or blue layer that's about 1/8 of an inch thick. And you're V-carving through that colored layer on top so that the white layer is visible. And it does work very well. It's expensive. Last time I checked on it was several years ago. It's right at $400 for a sheet. But it is, it's something, I'm here to tell you. Jeff Woody Wan says different expansion properties may need to leave a small space. Yes, for sure. Personally, I would use something different. I don't think I would go the HDPE route because, again, you're limiting yourself to how you can mount those letters. You're talking about inlaying them in a slab. You might consider, I don't know, something like Corian, something that's more UV stable, Avenite, something like that you can cut out, and that then epoxy. But again, Jeff is 100% right. You got different expansion properties. You might need to leave some spaces because wood's going to expand and contract at a different rate than whatever you inlay it in. So mixing materials like that, especially for an outdoor situation, you got to be careful. You really got to be careful. So, and just look around town and see what you're seeing out there. Are you seeing people use color core for inlays? So, Eight Center says you could mount them in a metal U-channel frames easily enough. Oh yeah, you could certainly do that. My point was that you're dealing with mechanical fasteners. You're not going to be able to use an adhesive to glue it in. That's all. Talking about, not sure the context in which Jim mentioned Lightburn. When I was talking about different softwares that access your fonts folder, Lightburn is another one. Maybe some 3D printer slicers will access it. But laser software will probably access that font folder. Then again, it may not. Some programs only have a limited number of fonts, you know. Pete over at Nature's Live Edge says the Live Edge slab signs I've seen all have the letters proud of the wood. Yeah. Yeah. Same here, now that I'm thinking. Either proud of the wood, if it's a different material, or V carved into the wood and then painted or oiled or something. So, excuse me, itchy nose. But yeah, that's something to think about. And not to say that color core wouldn't look nice. It might look real nice, but I wouldn't try to inlay it. I would look for a standoff of some form that you could attach to the letter and then attach to the slab so that it does stand proud, you know. But then you can see, if you look around the edge, around the side, you'd be able to see that. And there's no real way of attaching a skirt other than mechanical fasteners around that letter to hide that standoff. But I imagine it could be done with some creative applications. Yeah, you'd have to play with it a little bit. So, alrighty. Well, I hope that helps everybody. Man, we've been running for about an hour. So I guess we'll go ahead and we'll call this one, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Channel members, tomorrow we have our members only live stream, 5 Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And see, Flaker's Carving says painting PVC may work with the same effect. It's possible. It's possible. You know, there are always other options out there. Just specific color core, that HDPE, nothing sticks to it. So, which is one reason why when I mix epoxy, I'm using a scrap of HDPE to mix up on it. You can go get an old nasty cutting board from a thrift shop for 50 cents and use that to cut stuff. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow, channel members, so that's where you come in. Let me know what you want to see. And you always come up with good ideas. We'll continue with that. I'm not sure what we're going to do right now, but it's going to be good. Also, remember our Thursday evening 3D printing live stream for members only. You guys have been killing it on these 3D printed projects, man. I'm so jealous of some of y'all. But what can I say? This too shall pass. And then our Saturday Zoom BS call. We had a great time last night just talking about life, the universe, and everything. Steve Russell and I got into sharing war stories from our days in the Army. His are more interesting than mine, but what can I tell you? But a good time was had by all. If you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you would like to just some information on how to become a channel member so you could partake in the WhatsApp group chat and all that other good fun stuff. Right down below this video panel somewhere, you're going to see the word join. Click on that word join. You're not joining anything, and there's no obligation. You're not joining anything. You're just getting information. And what I mean by that is a panel is going to pop up and a video is going to play. It's going to tell you all about channel membership. We have a great group of folks, not an ego amongst them, that we're all 100% dedicated to helping each other succeed and making sure to share the knowledge and spread the knowledge, help each other out and give it a good go. So we'd love to have you join us. There's plenty of room for everybody. Come on in. The water's fine. On that note, I'm not sure what we're going to do next Sunday. I'm going to try to have another topic. But again, if you have questions, put a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see more of. Let me know what you want to see less of. I don't know if it's broke. I can't fix it if I don't know it's broke. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for spending part of your Sunday with me. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Y'all take care.